A day in September. Everything is happening in real life. Akashi. 7 AM. Today is my first day of college. Like last year, this year I hope it's different. But I already know it will be a copy of last year's. The alarm has gone off for less than 20 minutes, and Toru is already running around the apartment. And Kenma is chasing him with his switch in one hand and a pillow in the other, threatening to throw it in the other guy's face. Can you explain to me why you have to scream early in the morning? The two boys stop immediately, turning to me. KG, smile at least today, it's the first day of school. Toru's shrill voice breaks my eardrums every time. Kenma finally throws the pillow in his face, receiving a cry of lament from the other boy. Toru, go get ready since you are the slowest. It's not my fault that I'm beautiful, and it takes me longer. You will be the most beautiful, but no one flirts with you. Toru glares at me, then sighs, knowing he is wrong. Girls come after me in love, but they still haven't figured out that I like boys. His being dramatic makes Kenma and me laugh, before we split up in our rooms and prepare ourselves, avoiding being late. The sound of the apartment bell draws everyone's attention. At the door there is Shoyo, a boy from our group of friends, as well as a member of the student council, and with him is Tadashi, another friend of ours. Every morning, during the entire school year, they come to us, and then we go to college together. Are you ready for your first day of school? Shoyo is always happy and full of energy in the morning, and every time I wonder how he can be like this. I wish I had his desire to get up in the morning, and face a day of lessons. 8:27 AM. Like every morning, we third-year students find ourselves running through the corridors, trying not to be late for the first lesson, and avoiding angering the teacher. On time, but you're late, as usual. At the back of the classroom, there is always Koshi, a third-year student, with whom we always chat during the lessons. And so we also do that morning, to inaugurate the last year in the best possible way. I've heard that new guys are coming today, but nobody knows anything about them. Besides the fact that they are third-year students. Oh, mysterious guys, I love how this is going. Kenma throws a light slap in the back of Toru's head, getting an angry look. That look makes both Kenma and me laugh. But our laughter is interrupted shortly after by a scream coming from the girls in our class. What the heck? Our attention shifts to the door, where there are three robust boys, accompanied by the teacher. Shortly after turning back to Kenma, a shiver runs down my spine, and I have the feeling of being watched. So I turn around, and for a split second my eyes meet the golden ones of one of the three boys. And another shiver runs all over my back, almost making me arch. Then I hug my arms to my chest, rubbing them. KG, are you cold? Kenma shakes my shoulder lightly, making me recover after a while. Toru tightens his arms to his chest too, trying to keep warm. Is it me, or is it cold in here? You too, Toru? Why you too, KG? I was about to answer, but the teacher drew everyone's attention, briefly introducing the three boys. They come from an unknown part of Japan, on the outskirts of Hong Kong. This is what the teacher told us, suggesting that we should have done the individual presentations ourselves. But already a small group of girls surrounds two of the three boys, while one walks away and sits on the opposite side from us. I already hate that boy. How does he avoid all that attention? Toru, not everyone is as self-centered as you are. Toru snorts lightly, puffing out his cheeks, and resting his chin on the palm of his left hand. The boy alone has been watching Toru ever since he stepped in the door. Maybe he's thinking that Toru is a drama queen, and how to blame him. If he doesn't stop staring at me, I'll go over there and punch him in the face. Wait, this isn't something Toru would say. How do you know he's staring at you? And since when you're so violent, Toru? Oh, your back is turned. How do you know he's staring at you? Toru shakes his head, looking at me and Koshi, not understanding the meaning of our questions. Then he looks at me, as if he hadn't said a word. What did I say? At this question, we hear someone in the distance giggle. Then the teacher sends the other two boys to their seats. And the grey black-haired guy didn't take his golden eyes off me. You impressed a boy, KG. Toru winks at me and nudges me lightly. I glare at Toru, throwing a paper ball at his head. After the first hour and a half of class, the teacher gives us a 10-minute break before resuming. Do you think we should introduce ourselves to the new guys? I see the other 3 boys looking at me, and then moving their gaze just behind me. I think there is no need for it, KG. I look at Koshi questioningly, before I feel the shivers down my spine again. I slowly turn around, and then find 2 golden eyes on me, looking at me from above. I have to admit that up close he's scarier. But he's so cute. Wait, why I'm thinking that? My attention is drawn by Toru's hand, which is waved in front of my eyes. Sleeping Beauty, stop fantasizing about people. I feel my cheeks on fire, and someone behind me laughing. It's the owl boy. Ugh, Toru. So, we're here staring at each other, or why don't you introduce yourself first? Toru moves his gaze from me to the brown boy, then squints his eyes and stands up, then noticing how much the new boy was shorter than him. Oh no, now he starts. Hi, I'm 𝐢𝐭'𝐬. This is what you just need to know. Me, Kenma, and Koshi look at each other amazed. Does he hate him so much that he avoids telling him his whole life? They are Sugura, Kenma, and Akashi, and this is what you just need to know. After that sentence, I notice how the owl boy whispered my name, and smiled shortly after. We are 𝐤𝐭'𝐬, and 𝐢𝐭'𝐬, and this is what you just need to know. 𝐢𝐭'𝐬 says the last sentence imitating Toru, who crosses his arms over his chest. The teacher interrupts that awkward moment, and I thank her mentally. The lesson resumes normally, although there is something disturbing me. Why those 3 boys don't look like humans to me? BokuAka. 7 AM. Today is my first day of a human college. Why do I underline human? Believe it or not, I'm a vampire, one of noble and European descent. I share the apartment with 4 guys, as my father wanted. 𝐡𝐚𝐩𝐲, my best friend, and Hajime, are 3rd-year students, just like me. While the other 2 boys are 2 second-year students, Kei and Tobio. The 5 of us have known each other since we were little. We went to the same schools, and spent every afternoon at my house, playing or hunting animals. Kotaro, will you stop lazing on the bed? Get moving because we have to go, and register in the secretary. I look at 𝐡𝐚𝐩𝐲 with a sleepy look. Only his hazel eyes suddenly turn bloody red, wake me up, and make me jump out of bed. Not that the raven scares me, but I don't want to piss him off on the first day of school. 𝐡𝐚𝐩𝐲, stop bothering us early in the morning. We aren't going to a fashion show. At least we don't. You may be. The last sentence makes both Tobio and me laugh. This triggers something in 𝐡𝐚𝐻𝐲. Tsuki, start running. Don't call me Tsuki. They exchange a deadly look, and I decide to escape the situation by slipping into the bathroom. Do you 2 want to finish it? I hear Hajime scream from his room, while the 2 boys immediately silence themselves. 5 vampires in one apartment mean only one thing: war. 𝐸 AM. The halls of the college are already full of boys and girls. Everyone is staring at us, as if we were aliens. The first lesson starts in half an hour, but we have to register in the secretary. But finding it isn't easy, as the college is huge. Do you think we're going in the right direction? I wouldn't be surprised if we got lost, since the guide is Tetsu. The named boy turns to me, glaring at me. Kelly and Tobio start laughing, while I giggle, circling my best friend's shoulders with my arm. Get off, bastard owl. 2 boys stand in front of us. At first glance one looks like a first-year student, and the other a second-year student. Are you the new guys? His smile emits a blinding light, especially for us vampires. A few seconds pass before Hajime begins to speak. Yes, we are looking for the secretary. And I was looking for you. Follow me. I swear I saw Tobio dazed, until Kei and 𝐡𝐚𝐲𝐲 started dragging him by the uniform jacket. The 2 guys in front are quietly chatting to each other, unaware of the fact that we could hear everything. But, unfortunately for us, they're not talking about anything important. After a few minutes, we stop in front of an atrium, with a large circular counter in the center. The orange-haired boy, who, as I understood, is called Hinata, greets us with a wave of his hand, before leaving with his green-haired friend. How cute is that orange-haired boy? I didn't think short guys were your type. For that matter, not even four-eyed blonde dickheads. Well, Kay, it's our time to go to class. Tobio grabs Kay by the arm, and drags him away, avoiding a fight in the middle of the hall. The other two and I walk towards our class, hoping to find it on the first try. 8:27 AM. The teacher of the first lesson opens the door, revealing the large classroom already full of students. A scream comes from a group of girls sitting in front. But my eyes are focused on someone else. Kotaro, wake up from the trance, we have to go in. I nod to my friend's words, put my backpack on one shoulder, and the three of us enter the room. And I can't take my eyes off a boy, and I sense that he feels my presence in the classroom. 𝐡𝐚𝐩𝐸 and Hajime also seem dazed, especially the latter. Then the boy turns to me, and the world stops for a second. My golden eyes meet his gunmetal blue eyes. The boy sitting, shortly after, almost arches and clings to the desk, still with the shivers on his back. Oops, my fault, beauty. I instinctively smile mischievously, while that boy breaks our eye contact. Okay, and now? I don't know, Tetsu. The teacher then draws everyone's attention, introducing us briefly, and saying some bullshit. We don't come from Hong Kong, but we come from Europe, at least our families. We were only born in Japan. But she avoids having to introduce us in front of everyone. But a bunch of girls surround 𝐡𝐚𝐩𝐸 and me, while Hajime sits down and takes our seats. And I see him having fun with his charm, using it on the brown boy sitting in front of the handsome stranger. Then the teacher sends us to our seats. And I look back at the raven boy with gunmetal blue eyes. When I pass him, I hear the brown say, "You impressed a boy, KG. KG." I repeat that name over and over in my head. What a beautiful name you have, KG. The first hour and a half has already passed, and we have a 10-minute break, before starting again. We should introduce ourselves to those guys there. He points to KG's group with his eyes. I agree with you. So we get up together, and walk towards those guys, positioning ourselves behind them. A little later, I hear KG speak. Do you think we should introduce ourselves to the new guys? The other three boys, after his question, shift their gaze to us. I think there is no need for it, KG. The gray-haired boy looks at KG, and then he looks at us, as I feel shivers running down the raven's back. Do I really have this effect on you, KG? Then he slowly turns around, while my golden eyes are staring at him. And he seems dazed. The brown boy waves a hand in front of him, awakening him. Sleeping Beauty, stop fantasizing about people. After that sentence, I start laughing, also noticing that KG is blushing hardly. Ugh, Toru. So, we're here staring at each other, or why don't you introduce yourself first? Toru moves his gaze to Hajime, squinting defiantly and standing up, then noticing the height difference. Oh no, now he starts. Hi, I'm Oikawa. This is what you just need to know. That last sentence leaves Hajime stunned, while 𝐡𝐚𝐩𝐸 and I try to calm him, by placing our hands on his shoulders. I already feel hatred in the air. They are Sugura, Kenma, and Akashi, and this is what you just need to know. Akashi. I think I whispered it 5 times, and KG noticed it, because he is looking at me. Then 𝐡𝐚𝐩𝐸 starts speaking, trying to dampen the hatred between our friend and Oikawa. We are Kuru, Bikuto, and Iwaizumi. And this is what you just need to know. Hajime says the last sentence imitating the brown-haired boy, who crosses his arms over his chest. The teacher immediately interrupts that awkward moment, and the lesson resumes normally. Yet, I can't get Akashi KG and his beautiful eyes out of my head. What did you do to me, Kashi?